Lads, Ingood Nick here, and today we're going to be doing a Premier League team tier list. So I'm going to be telling you who I hate, who I love, and who I really don't care about. I'm going to be flying through each one, so please don't take offence. Here we go. So we've got love, like, no opinion, dislike, and hate. So I'm going to start this off with a lovely little love, and that's obviously Sheffield United. Can anyone else get into that category? I don't think so. So we're going to start from left to right. They don't go in alphabetical order, which is weird because we're starting off with Brighton, which is a B, and then in with Wolves, which is a W, but they're not. So we'll just crack on from left to right. First of all, Brighton and Hove Albion. They go in no opinion because we haven't really played them much in my lifetime, and they've not really done anything to deserve hating or liking, so we're just going to pop them in no opinion. Next we've got Crystal Palace, and I'm going to put them in dislike, and the only reason for this, it's a bit harsh, but they beat us in 1997 in the playoff final. That was my first heartbreak as a Sheffield United fan, and I've never forgotten it, obviously. Then we move on to Southampton, who I'm going to put in the like. And the reason for this is because they've brought through a lot of players. They've kind of done what we've done before us and better. They got promoted from League One to the Championship, then to the Premiership in 2 seasons, I believe, when it took us 3. But I really like Southampton. They brought through the likes of Gareth Bale, Theo Walcott, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And then they've just had a lot of English players throughout the last sort of 10-15 years. Then Liverpool, and it's a tough one this. I want to kind of put them in between like and dislike, but I don't want to put them in no opinion because obviously everyone's got an opinion on Liverpool. I'm going to put them in dislike just because of the fans. I love how the players play. I love the manager, and I just like the players in general. I think they've got a really likeable team. However, I did notice recently on Twitter lots and lots of Liverpool fans supporting Holland when they played England just because of Van Dijk and Wijnaldum, and that for me is a massive no-no. Then we move on to Man City, which is quite similar to Liverpool. They've both done really well this season, both got really good teams, both got really good managers. But I just kind of like the City fans more. I feel like they've been through more. They've been down to kind of League One territory. They've had a lot of heartbreak in the past. So I feel like they deserve it. They actually deserve, a little bit of success. So we're going to pop them in like. Next, Norwich. And I'm going to stick them in dislike. The only reason for this is we've had a little bit of nastiness between us and Norwich in the last 2 seasons. I know we've both come up this season. Norwich played decent football. I like watching them. I quite like the manager as well. However, I'm just going to stick him in dislike just because we've got a little bit of nastiness between the 2 clubs. West Ham. Talking about nastiness now. West Ham. We've definitely got a lot of nastiness with West Ham, and I'm going to put them in hate. I can't stand them. Ever since the Carlos Tevez affair, we don't care anymore about that. However, it has kind of stuck for a long time, and it's not just about that. When they kind of cheated to get Tevez and Mascherano in, and then they went from doing that to mocking us about it. The next time we played them, however, we beat them. We were in League One, they were in the Championship. We beat them in the Cup. They were wearing Carlos Tevez masks. They tried to mock us, ended up mocking themselves, didn't they? So anyway, I'm going to pop them in hate, and I think there's going to be some horrible, horrible scenes when we play them next season. Aston Villa, I'm also going to put them in dislike, as well as Norwich, Liverpool and Palace. And the reason for this is because I feel like they think they deserve to be in the Premiership. Quite similar to Leeds. And nobody deserves to be in the Premiership. And I feel like because they've done well in the past in Europe and obviously in the Premier League and even before that, they feel like they deserve to be there, and nobody deserves to be there, especially not them. Then we move on to a team that's never been out of the top flight, and that's Everton. So we're going to put them in like. And the reason for this is because I've got a lot of love for Everton. Obviously, Phil Jagielka went there after us, so I kind of followed Everton because of Phil Jagielka. Also, I don't know, they're just quite a likeable team, and I think everybody loves an underdog, and obviously Everton have always played sort of second fiddle to Liverpool. So, yeah, I quite like Everton. Yeah, that's about it, really. Man United, I'm going to put them in dislike. It's a weird one because I've always respected Man United, but I hated them growing up because they just won everything. But I still liked them. I still like Bex and Giggsy and Paul Scholes and even Roy Keane. And then further on, you've got Van Nistelrooy. I've always really liked them as a team and the players that played for them. But I've always disliked them just because they were so good. So I'm just going to leave them in dislike. Burnley, then we've got, and they've beat us in the playoff final before, but I kind of nothing Burnley. So I'm going to put them in no opinion. Vizza, the YouTuber Vizza, has kind of brought me around to Burnley, but because I hate the Burnley accent, it's kind of they've outweighed each other. So they're in no opinion. Then we've got Chelsea. And you know what? I'm going to stake them in no opinion as well because I nothing Chelsea. Like, we've not really played them much, and I've got nothing really to say about them. They obviously bought the Premier League, but they've been a Premier League club for a long time. Like Gianfranco Zola, I don't know. There's not really much I can say about Chelsea. That's why I'm kind of no opinion in them. Then we've got Bournemouth, who definitely deserve to be in like, maybe even love, but we'll stick them in like. We can't put him in love. And the reason why I've put them in like is because they've done everything right. They've got Eddie Howe, who's obviously a brilliant manager. They've done everything the right way. They've got a really small ground. I just still can't believe how they're in the Premiership, but they've done so well. They just deserve it. They've built a really good team, and hopefully they'll be able to keep going and stay in the Premiership for years to come. And we've got Arsenal. Arsenal used to be my second team, and now they're nowhere near my second team. They're probably my 16th team or something. I don't know. I used to love them under Wenger, and obviously the Invincibles, and then after the Invincibles, they still had a very, very good team, and they loved to pass the ball around. They were kind of the team that were known for passing it so much. They were trying to walk the ball in the back of the net, and they were fun to watch. And now they're just really not fun to watch, and that's why I'm going to put them in dislike. Then we've got Leicester, and obviously, they've got to be, if not love. Again, they're close to love because they captured everyone's hearts in that season when they got when they won the Premier League. They weren't supposed to win the Premier League. No team outside the top six should really be winning the Premier League when it comes down to, it's the money, isn't it? And Leicester did it, and no one expected him to. Everyone wanted him to, and they got there in the end. You've got to love, obviously, Jamie Vardy as well, even though he's a Wednesday fan. He's just a lad next door who's got an alcohol problem. I'm not saying Jamie Vardy has, but he looks like someone who kind of, I don't know, a bit of a screw, and I love him for that. I love Vardy. I love Leicester for that. They're obviously trying to buy young players as well, and young British players in like Harry Maguire, Chilwell, Maddison. They've done really well, and I hope they carry it on. And we've got Watford. I kind of nothing Watford. Like, Watford have kind of not really. They've been in our leagues and stuff, but we've never really had any bad blood with them. Never really done anything that I like them for either. So yeah, just no opinion. Newcastle. I really dislike Newcastle, and the reason for this is probably Mike Ashley. I used to really like him under when Shearer playing and kind of David Ginola and players like that, but in recent years they've turned into kind of a nothing. Like, none of the players really are fun to watch. They're just kind of like a team who stays up every year. It's a bit boring to watch, and obviously the Spanish waiter's probably on his way, and everyone hates Mike Ashley, so they're in dislike. They really are. And it's harsh because we've got a very, very good kind of fan base, and the atmosphere is brilliant at St James's Park, but they're just a bit of a nothing. Then we've got, I believe that's Spurs. It's really, really light, but we're going to pop Spurs in like because they're so likeable. Pochettino, one of the best managers in the world, he's barely had any money for such a long time, but he's still doing really, really good things with the players that he's got. Eriksen, Son, Dele Alli, Kane, they're quite likeable players. So, and obviously Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Trippier, Lloris, they're all quite likeable. They're all really good players. If they got it together one year, they could win the league. They're just too inconsistent, and they probably don't have the players for it. Really, they've not got the strength in depth. I mean, and finally we've got Wolves, and again another team that has beaten us in the playoff final. They beat us 3-0. It was hard to come back from that, especially with the team that we had, but I really like them now, so I'm going to put them in like. And the reason why I like them is Nuno's quite a good guy. Seems like a really good manager. Even though they've had a lot of money, they had to do the right things with it, and I think they have done. And I've got a really good mate who's a Wolves fan as well, so I kind of liked them because of that. And probably it's a toss-up between Leicester, Wolves, and Bournemouth, who are actually my second team now. But anyway, there we go. That's it. It looks pretty amazing, actually. Really symmetrical, which does my OCD a hell of a lot of good. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you agreed with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagreed, also let me know in the comments. If you want to take this tier list, it's kind of like a quiz, isn't it? If you want to take this, it'll be in the description down below. I've made this, so let me know. Tweet me, whatever you want to do. Show me where you've put everyone. Let me know where you're going to put Sheffield United if you're not a Sheffield United fan. And if you like the video, pop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Stay with me.